Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa Dooling Esposito, and today I will be talking about freedom of speech on college campuses in the United States. As political tension grows higher in our country and more demonstrations, debates, and controversial speakers spring up on our college campuses, freedom of speech has become a highly contested issue. As we all know, freedom of speech in the United States comes from the First Amendment of the Constitution, which reads, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances." While this is a right given to all American citizens, it doesn't apply to all situations. The First Amendment protects the freedoms of individuals from the government. It does not apply to private organizations such as a private university. Public institutions, however, are covered under the First Amendment. In the midst of all this debate, academic freedom is often brought up during freedom of speech arguments in regards to college campuses. While often linked with the First Amendment, academic freedom is much more than that. In 1940, the American Association of University Professors and the Association of American Colleges, now known as the Association of American Colleges and Universities, jointly authored the Statement of Principles on Academic Freedom and Tenure. This statement entitles university professors academic freedom in three regards: freedom in research and in the publication of research results, freedom in the classroom when discussing subject matter and when speaking or writing as citizens, and freedom from censorship from the institution. Because this statement draws from the Constitution in regards to professors' freedoms as citizens, academic freedom can only fully protect those who teach and research in public institutions. Academic freedom covers the rights of professors, but what about students? In 1965, the AAUP, alongside several other associations, drafted the Statement on the Academic Freedom of Students. In the classroom, the statement protects the students' rights to free expression while requiring professors to encourage free discussion and evaluate students only on an academic basis, not on their opinions. Outside of the classroom, the statement says students should be free to organize and join associations while being able to express opinions publicly and privately. An important stipulation is included in this statement, which reads, "They should always be free to support causes by orderly means which do not disrupt the regular and essential operation of the institution." Again, there are restrictions when it comes to private universities, a fact that not all students realize. A survey was done at Elon University, a private liberal arts institution in Elon, North Carolina, to gauge whether students were aware that free speech rights could be restricted at private universities. Of the 100 students surveyed, 79% were aware of their right to freedom of expression. When asked whether or not private universities had the right to limit students' freedom of expression, the students' answers were split. 8% strongly agreed, 36% agreed, 14% stayed neutral, 29% disagreed, and 13% strongly disagreed. As the report points out, this lack of knowledge can create a problem if a student's speech is restricted and they are not aware that that practice is allowed. Whether they are public or private, it's generally understood that the aim of universities is to promote critical thinking and free exchange of ideas. But what happens when things get controversial? Let's look at a recent situation. Milo Yiannopoulos, a former Breitbart editor, was visiting college campuses on his speaking tour and was due to speak at the University of California at Berkeley in February 2017. Yiannopoulos is known for his anti-immigration and anti-feminist viewpoints, which is why 1,500 students gathered peacefully to protest him coming to the campus to promote what they view as hate speech. Things turned violent when a group of around 100 armed individuals arrived, dressed in black, and started damaging the campus and started a fire. Because of the danger involved, UC Berkeley had to cancel the event. Their decision was met with backlash from conservatives and President Trump, who claimed that UC Berkeley was not allowing free speech on their campus. Trump went on to suggest that UC Berkeley should not receive federal funds because of this. Now, UC Berkeley is a public institution and is required to allow freedom of speech. However, they are also faced with the responsibility of keeping their students and faculty safe. Clearly, assessing the situation and shutting the event down was the right move to make. In the political realm, there have been many hypocritical views when it comes to free speech at colleges and universities. For example, Last year, State Senator Steve Nass from Wisconsin spoke out against the University of Wisconsin's president for acknowledging that UW campuses still had work to do in regards to creating a more inclusive environment for students, faculty, and staff of color. His statement said President Cross needs to stop wasting time appeasing the political correctness crowd demanding safe spaces, safe words, universal apologies for hurt feelings, and speech/thought police. However, Senator Nass also sent a letter to university leaders that same year complaining about an offensive essay given in a sociology class because it dealt with the content of gay men selecting their sexual partners. Nass went as far as to warn that this kind of content could negatively impact UW's budget. So, what can we take away from this topic? There should be more education on this topic for college students so they fully understand their rights at both public and private institutions. This could prevent misunderstandings of having students rebel against administration over rights they think they have at private schools. In order to promote the exchange of ideas and different worldviews, controversial speakers should not be banned from college campuses. However, security during these events should be a top priority. And if things escalate, universities should be able to cancel said events without receiving threats regarding their federal funding. And finally, freedom of speech should not only be supported when promoting a personal political agenda. It should be across the board within reason. These are my references. Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation.